Good Thursday morning, Nashville. It is a beautiful November 17th right here in Middle Tennessee. You're looking live at Broadway as we begin our day. I hope your commute into work was smooth. I hope that coffee tastes great, and I hope you're ready for a fun hour right here on Mornings on Main Street. We've got a jam-packed show, Justin. First and foremost, though, we've got our Main Street Preps editor, Russell Venozzi, on to talk all things high school sports. So let's go ahead and bring him on right now. Russell, how you doing today, man? Thanks so much for doing this.
There we go. Doing well, Zach. Thanks for having me. And I'm glad you mentioned at the top that you hope everybody had a good commute, because mine was great. It was about 5 feet from my bedroom to my living room where my desk is stationed. So really easy commute today.
That's one of the major positives that came out of 2020, right? Was just the willingness to transition to home working. But anyways, Russell, so before we
were already home working, so
yeah, you're right. You're right. Russell, before we get into high school football talk, which starts tomorrow, I want to give a little love to our girls sports in volleyball. You guys just recently announced the all mid-state volleyball team, highlighted, of course, by Kyra Hampton of Battleground Academy being player of the year. Just a quick snippet, I guess. What did you see from her? Why lean toward Kyra being the player of the year in the mid-state?
I think you're muted there, Russell.
I think Russell might be muted there for a minute. Can go back here in a second. There
you guys got me now?
Now we got it. Do you need me? Let me re-ask the question for you, Russell. You guys just recently named Kyra Hampton, Battleground Academy senior, Virginia Tech signee, player of the year here in the mid-state. Why her? Why choose Kyra to have that honor?
Yeah, sorry about that. I think I was having, some mic issues. But yeah, Kyra had an awesome season. She's signed to Virginia Tech as of last week, and she's a setter in volleyball. And for those that don't know, that's kind of like the quarterback of the volleyball team. They do everything. They set other teammates up. Some of the best setters also are right there as some of the main offensive players as well, getting kills, making defensive moves as well. And she was just great at every level. She was district and region tournament MVP. She had a great state tournament as well, and just overall a great season and a great career. So that was a pretty easy choice there. Especially after she helped BGA win its second state title in a row.
Yeah, that's really great, really awesome. Like you said, earning MVP honors this year. You also highlighted Summertown and Jeremy Baker as your team of the year, coach of the year. Of course, both Summertown and Creekwood winning state titles this year. It really feels like mid-state was well represented in Murfreesboro this year. I guess my question to you is, these volleyball teams, these volleyball programs, we have such great talent here in the mid-state. What can you, I guess, correlate that to?
Well, yeah, there's some. It's kind of like soccer, Zach. With the travel programs, and they start them at a pretty young age in those programs, and the coaching is here too, and that all kind of equates to strong teams. And you saw that with Summertown going to 44-9. There's something in the water down there in Lawrence County. You're gonna have to ask Chris Yao and Maurice Batt more about that, but they have incredible volleyball there. The Class A state title came down to Loretto and Summertown, as it has a few times in the last few years. And Summertown had a great year. And then how about Creekwood? That was their first state championship in any.
I think Russell froze on this. There we go.
Oh,
there
boy,
you are.
We're in a world hurt today, but I'm trying to power through here.
That's okay.
Jeremy Baker. I'm not sure where you guys lost me, but Jeremy Baker, the coach at Creekwood, he promised when he took the job that he was going to take that program to a state tournament, and lo and behold, in their first state tournament appearance, they won the whole thing. So, great season for both those teams.
Yeah, that was really awesome. Okay, Russell, let's transition to football. Obviously, the quarterfinals, the private school semifinals kick off tomorrow night. First and foremost, the fact that we're even here, 14 weeks after the season just started, it feels like it was just yesterday, Russell. But we highlighted several. Well, I say we, but Main Street Preps, you, Tyler, kind of spearhead every week the top mid-state games, and I've got a couple that really stand out. They're all great, but I think there's about 5 or 6 that really stand out. And we'll start right at the top with Page and Nolensville. I mean, the region rivals. They played last season in this game. They know each other. So what are you expecting from this game Friday night before we dive in kind of the X's and O's, I guess?
Yeah, Page Nolensville, that should be a great game. I mean, it has been just about every time they've met over the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Both teams have a lot of talent. Of course, Nolensville is led by Kobe Walton, their quarterback, and then he's got all kinds of weapons to work with. Samson Johnson at running back as a 3-year starter. Chance Fitzgerald's over 1,000 yards at receiving. He's got offers as of about a month ago from a lot of Power 5 programs. He kind of blew up on the recruiting scene. And then there's also Dylan Northcutt at receiver too. He's got about 800 yards, and he's only about 5'6", but he kind of gets lost, I think, sometimes in defenses. So that all makes for a pretty powerful Nolensville offense. Page has a great defense, and they also have a pretty good offense. Theirs is more based around the run, and they use that to set up the pass a little bit with Colin Hurd, who can both run and throw. He was an all mid-state linebacker last year. Now he's made the transition over to quarterback to take over for Jake McNamara, who was there. Of course, Page's great quarterback that led them on a run to the Class 5A title game last year. So I'm looking for a great game out of that one. I don't know if you want me to make predictions or not, but the score that I've got for this game in our weekly picks was Nolensville 31, Page 28.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think I picked Nolensville as well. I do have a question for you, Russell. Listen, in no disrespect to Page's run through the playoffs so far, but Nolensville they had to contend with the second best rusher in Tennessee high school football history just on stats alone in a single season, Malachi Dowell. I'm curious, do you think seeing him last week helps that Nolensville defense for, like you said, a team that really wants to establish that run game first and foremost?
Yeah, that was a good test for them, especially the week before. They kind of roll over Wilson Central, so that was good for them to get a test. I do think Page, though, has been tested as well. That Mount Juliet team that they beat in the second round, that was a tough game too. And the first time these teams met, this was a game decided in overtime, Nolensville and Page. And Nolensville came out on top with a touchdown at the end. So I think Page has got all the motivation they need in this game, and they've been rolling over these last 4 or 5 weeks. So I expect them to be ready to go.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. There's several on tap that we're looking forward to Friday night. But I'm texting Billy as soon as we get off here and just say, hey, just so you know, we're keeping a close eye on that one. But moving on down the list, Russell, in no particular order, but I do want to group the private school games together in D2 3A. You've got Baylor at Brentwood Academy and then McCallie at NBA, which is a rematch from last year. Let's start with Baylor at Brentwood Academy. Obviously led by George McIntyre, the number 2 quarterback in his class. What are you expecting from this game Friday night? And I guess what's your prediction on who's going to come out as the winner?
Yeah, I think this one is a toss-up. Baylor's got a great team again this year with a new coach, but Brentwood Academy, they might be kind of maybe a year ahead of schedule on their. I don't even want to call it a rebuild because they were in the playoffs last year, but they bounced back in a big way this year after maybe falling short of like what Brentwood Academy normally expects. They had a really young team last year, and George McIntyre is only a sophomore there at quarterback, but like you said, he's already got offers from everybody, and he's showing why. I got to see him last week. He looked really sharp in their playoff win over Pope Prep, and this might be a homer pick, but not knowing a ton about Baylor and having seen Brentwood Academy a fair amount, I've got Brentwood Academy taking this one 31-28.
Yeah, I think a lot of the staff rolled with Brentwood Academy. I think Tyler and maybe myself rolled with Baylor. Of course, I think Emily did as well. But on the other side, on the flip side, McCallie and NBA. I want your opinion on this. As you recall, NBA defeated McCallie on the road earlier this year, 23-20. I really feel like looking back, that's kind of when we knew NBA could be the real deal. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, 100%. And I think I covered their game the week after that, and I was talking to some players, just kind of where their confidence level was. I think that game was huge for them to make up for the previous year, having lost to McCallie kind of in a lopsided fashion there in the Blue Cross Bowl state title game, and going down there on the road, beating them. I think that got rid of some demons there. And NBA, to me, we'll see over these next few weeks, but to me, they feel like a team of destiny. They've got a senior quarterback in Marcel Reed's been starting for 4 years. They found a way to win every game. A lot of them have been lopsided, but some of them have been close. They've pulled out all the close ones, and their schedule too is probably as tough as anybody's schedule in the mid-state. So yeah, I like NBA in this one against McCullough. I do think McCullough puts up a good fight though, but I've got NBA by a touchdown, 24-17.
Yeah, gonna be a really good one. Moving over to the Class 6A quarterfinals, Beach at Cane Ridge. I want to give some Metro Nashville teams some love here because they deserve it at this point. I mean, it's only been 2 years since the pandemic shortened season, and the way that they've just kind of bounced back has been really great to see. So, Russell, what's your take on this game that you're going to be in attendance for on Friday night?
Yeah, I'm hoping for a great game here. We hope for them every week, and sometimes, one thing happens or another, somebody gets hurt, and all of a sudden it's not. But I really do think this one could be one of the top games of the week. Cane Ridge has blown out its first two playoff opponents, Gallatin and Clarksville. Beach has been dominant in the run game, as it usually is under Coach Anthony Crabtree, and that was really awesome last week. Darius Johnson having a career night after being surprised by his mom coming home from her military deployment. That was really kind of the story of the week. All that said, I'm having a hard time picking against Cane Ridge right now. It just feels like they're on a mission. They've got everything kind of clicking. I really wouldn't be surprised if Beach won too, but as far as making a pick, I've got Cane Ridge by a field goal, 24-21. But like I said, Beach is right there too, and I think both of these are legitimate state title contenders.
Yeah, really looking forward to that one, and I can't blame you. I mean, Cane Ridge, and the loss that they have against Father Ryan, you kind of scratch your head, but outside of that game, man, they've been really good this year. I think they're deserving of that pick, and excited to see how that one plays out. Russell, moving on though, a couple more Class 5A quarters, a rematch from earlier this season, Springfield at Henry County. I mean, the first go around was a classic that ended in overtime. A 2-point conversion wins it. What do you think happens Friday night in Paris, Tennessee?
Oh man, yeah, this is another toss-up. The first 2 weeks of the playoffs, easy to pick the games. I think I went 10-0 in both and didn't have a really bad night. A lot of these had a hard time with. This is another one had a hard time with because Springfield. That's not an easy out. Coach Justin Wilson always has his guys ready to play, and I think one of the best coaches around. But you could say the same about Henry County and their coach. So that was a classic when it the regular season meeting. And surprisingly, I looked back last season. I thought all their recent meetings have been close, but the regular season meeting in 2021 was like 6-3. And then Henry County ran away with the playoff game, and that surprised me a little bit. I don't expect Springfield to just let them have this one. But Henry County is another team. They were kind of had a devastating ending to their season last year in the semifinals. They probably felt like after they had a big lead over Page, they should have gotten to the Blue Cross Bowl. So I'm going with them as an experienced group to get this one. I've got them 27-24.
Yeah, going to be a really good one. Hard to pick against Henry County this year. You're right. I mean, they got the quarterback, they got the line, they got athletes. It's hard to not pick the Patriots to win. All right, Russell, last one before we kind of jump into my last question. But East Nashville at Smith County, kind of continuing this Metro love. East Nashville was a team. I remember talking with everybody kind of toward the end of the season. We were kind of wondering where East Nashville was and how they would fare once they got in the playoffs. And here they are in the quarterfinals going to Smith County. So how do you see that one shaking out, Russell?
Yeah, I think that was a really surprising result at the end of the regular season when East Nashville went out there and lost, I think 14-15. We were all kind of stunned by that. But come to find out later, as Tyler Palmentier reported in some of his stories, East Nashville was having some personnel issues. They were figuring out some things on the offensive line. I believe a couple of kids get kicked off the team as well. But they've responded in the last couple of weeks they had to hang on, but they squeaked by White House and Waverly. And so now this is Smith County. That's another team they played in the playoffs last year, just like White House and Waverly. And I do think that East Nashville can bounce back from the regular season meeting and get this one. I do think it might be close and it might be ugly, but I've got East moving on 20-16 over Smith County.
And I'm sorry to put you on the spot here, but I don't want to leave them out because we're talking Metro here. But Pearl Cone also in the quarterfinals. Can you remind me who they play this week?
Yeah, I believe they're at Lexington.
Lexington, that's right. You're right. Yep, that is right. Good call. Now, don't want to forget about the Firebirds because, listen, three good chances right here in Metro to get to the Blue Cross Bowl, which leads me into my next question. Tyler Palmentier broke huge news yesterday. Metro Nashville Public Schools are going to resurface with artificial turf, expanding for soccer about a $15 million project. What do you know about that, Russell?
Yeah, it's awesome news for Metro football and soccer teams. Historically, they've been underfunded. They haven't had the funds to have something like this. And as you know, a lot of schools around the area, especially in Williamson County, some in Sumner County, have installed artificial turf fields, and it just helps a ton. You don't have to maintain it. To have a grass field in pristine condition, you basically have to have one of your coaches be a groundskeeper, or a group of coaches be a groundskeeper. So it's a lot of work, a lot of money and time goes into that. That's something not every school has, especially at a place like East Nashville, where it's all the teams sharing one field. Soccer plays on it, middle school football. And by the end of the year, that field is completely torn up and almost dangerous. We had some photos of the playoff games they had there last year. And I mean, it's just pretty much just a pile of mud by late November if it's rained and it's gotten a lot of use. So having these artificial turf fields is going to make for a consistent playing surface across all of the Metro stadiums. And I think that's going to be a really good thing. For football, for soccer, for anybody else that wants to train or use the field, it's going to be a great thing. And it's neat that the Titans and the city and then also private investors have all come together, $5 million a piece, to make it happen. So yeah, it was incredible news. And of course they announced it on the Today Show and made a pretty big deal out of it. So that was neat to see too, some national attention for Metro schools.
Yeah, it's great. I love that Metro is pouring back into their public schools, especially, like I said, just 2 years after a COVID-shortened season. I just there's no greater story to me than the Metro Nashville Public Schools resurgence back into kind of the spotlight of high school football. And we've got 3 teams right here with a chance to get to Chattanooga. Russell, we really appreciate you jumping in with us this morning. Hope you have a great rest of the day, and we'll talk soon.
All right. Thanks, Zach. See you later.
You bet. That was Main Street Prep's editor, Russell Venozzi, to talk all things high school sports, including the resurgence of Metro Nashville Public Schools football, the announcement that they're installing artificial turf field, $15 million project for every public school in Nashville, as well as soccer. So like Russell highlighted, I mean, just love that they're pouring back into these kids. Congratulations as well to all the players named to the all mid-state volleyball team. You can check that out on mainstreetpreps.com. Of course, looking forward to high school Friday night football. We're going to take a quick break, Justin, but when we do, we'll get in. We've got an interview with Christmas for the Kids. We've got a little also maybe Taste of Nashville segment that we're going to get into. So a lot going on. Don't go anywhere. This is Mornings on Main Street on Main Street Media Television.
When you're thinking about golf, consider Riverside Golf Links. Under new ownership, the course has improved dramatically. It's now 27 holes, complemented by a 9-hole executive course. Book a tee time now at 615-847-5074 and get ready to enjoy the beauty of golf in the Old Hickory area at Riverside Golf Links. Hey, this is George Plaster, and I'm excited to announce that the second annual Plaster and Friends Celebrity Bowling Night is going to happen. Monday, November the 28th at the Hermitage Strike and Spare. The 3 charities that will benefit are Last Minute Toy Store, Martha O'Brien Center, and Stars. And our intention is to get them that money so it can do the most amount of good at Christmas time. Now, here's where I need your help. I need you to sign up to play in the most fun charity event you've ever been involved in. Imagine 64 foursomes with 64 sports personalities in the area. As a single player, it's $200. If you get a foursome, it's $800. And what I want you to do is reach out to me via email, plastergeorge@gmail.com, and we'll get you signed up and get you ready and raring to go. Again, that's plastergeorge@gmail.com for a night you will never forget.
For Dustin Timmons and Joey Donnelly, they welcome every opportunity to serve and satisfy their clients. Whether you are looking to build your dream home or renovate your current home, their team will ensure that every client and remodel is unique, luxurious, completed on time, and within budget. Contact them today to set an appointment for a free consultation or to view some of their completed projects by logging on to DonnellyTimmons.com.
At Sumner Funeral and Cremation, our mission is to serve families as our own, celebrate the life of their loved one, and help begin the healing process.
My whole family, including my wife and my mom and siblings, were very happy with the treatment that we received. I would highly recommend Sumner Funeral and Cremation.
We offer funeral, burial, cremations, and pre-planning services.
Sumner Funeral and Cremation. Traditional, affordable, dignified. SumnerFuneral.com.
I'm Bart Durham.
I was sworn in as a lawyer in 1963, and I've been working as a lawyer since then.
We're a firm that does exclusively personal injury, a lot of tractor-trailer crashes. Insurance companies will open up their checkbooks when you force them to.
We have systems that work.
We get the most money for our clients in the shortest amount of time.
I'm Blair Durham. My dad and I want to help. Give us a call at 615-242-9000.
And we are back with some chill vibes this morning on Mornings on Main Street. A beautiful Thursday, November 17th, just after 10:20 in the morning. You, of course, are looking at our on-time traffic report sponsored by 50 Forward. Justin, take it away.
Yes. Hello, folks. The traffic report is brought to you by 50 Forward. 50 Forward is a Nashville area nonprofit serving older adults. It is a proud partner with the All of Us research program from the National Institutes of Health. Learn how you can help change the future of health by visiting their website at joinallofus.org/50forward, spelling out 50. And back to you, Zach.
Perfect. Justin, are you going to go to your
spot?
To your spot.
I'm going straight
You're
to my
going
spot.
straight to traffic cam 10.
Boom. Spence Lane, bro.
Looking right here.
Look at that.
Yeah. Hey, listen, it's moving kind of slow right there in the, I guess, the third lane from your.
Well, it depends on which way you're looking,
Depends
Zach.
on which way you're looking. But either way, a little slowdown on I-40 eastbound at Spence Lane, mile marker 213. So hope if you've got to go that way that you use caution,
right?
As you see that it's kind of slow. I don't understand why it's slowed down there.
Right. Go in the other lane. Maybe not, though. I don't know. I don't want to be crucial drivers.
Maybe it's a you got to get over type of situation.
Oh, you know what we can do?
What's that?
Let's take a look at this side. Why don't we?
And the other side right there at I-40 at eastbound Elm Hill Pike, mile marker 212. Traffic is moving kind of smooth, but looks like maybe northbound is slowing down right there as you come, as we just saw.
Right. It's if you're going this way, we got you covered. Maybe we should try other places, I guess.
Let's get them maybe some what's it called? Treasury?
Treasury. No, I don't know. Here's some traffic.
Hey,
I-65 at I-24 junction, mile marker 88.6. It looks like merging delays. I don't think there's any crashes on site there. Let's see if we can take a look a little further down.
It is a little red right there, Justin, right at Talbot's corner at West and East Trinity Lane. It does get a little slowdown right there as you see it. Yep, I-65 northbound at Trinity Lane, mile marker 87. A little slow and go traffic.
You know, I saw this thing on Twitter, and they can't put it on anything on the internet that's not true.
That is, yes, that's yes.
And it was this video, like this illustrated video with subtitles and stuff about what causes traffic. And have you ever been driving? And I'm sure, and I know everybody has, but have you ever been driving and you get caught in traffic, and then you get to the end of the traffic, and there's just nothing to be waiting for?
Yeah.
That's because we're not all going the same speed, which is probably obvious, but I just thought that was crazy. The video is really good, and I know I can't really verbalize it, so I'm just going to stop.
Okay, fair enough.
But it's a good video.
Fair enough. Hey, listen.
So, there you go.
And then our weather report, Justin, I mean, obviously pretty sunny out there, as you can see if you just look out a window. If you don't have a window to look at, well, I apologize for bringing that up for that deep cut. But it's about 37 degrees out there in Nashville with a high of 43. Kind of about what we expect the rest of the week. Justin is over there, Mr. Giggles. But beginning next week here in Nashville, looks like we may get into the high 50s. So
That's awesome.
Maybe some outdoor weather on the horizon.
You can pick up your hiking habit that you're trying to get.
Oh yeah,
obtained.
Yeah, exactly. The hiking habit. How could I forget?
You're quite the hiker.
If there's just one thing in life, Justin.
Yes.
We got a little bit of time to kill before we bring in Linda O'Connell president of Christmas for the Kids. So let's do this. Let's give the people our horoscopes for the day. Does that sound good?
Yes, that sounds great. And it's not only for us, it's for every Taurus and what are you?
Aquarius.
Aquarius.
Thank you for remembering.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Today's Aquarius horoscope reads, things have probably been going well lately in the love and romance department, Aquarius. You find that communication has improved and the witty banter invigorating and educational. Today, there may be a blip on the radar. You may have been so caught up in the good parts that you failed to take care of the details and do the actual work needed to make things run smooth. You know what?
This is turning very fast.
You know what I love / hate about horoscopes is they tell you absolutely nothing.
Oh, it's very bland, but you got to find the message.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you got to find it. Like, no,
this one's
you got to tell us what's going on. But then again, it kind of reminds me of that meme that gives all of the signs. It's like Aquarius, Taurus, Cancer, blah, blah, blah. And it tells you and then every single graph says the moon and stars will not affect your life in any way. So that's how I feel when I read stuff like this. It's just so there's nothing.
The adjectives are crazy.
There's nothing to it.
Yours is great because it's saying, hey, I know things are going well, but pump the brakes on your happiness.
Pump the brakes on your happiness a little bit.
Yeah. Make sure you remember there's still bad stuff.
And then kind of my career horoscope says the same thing. It says, be more conservative in your approach.
Yeah, chill out.
Sometimes your actions border on recklessness. Many times this kind of behavior will get you to where you want to go. But right now, the kind of action will only lead to disaster. Play it cool and slow it down. Listen, I don't care what you have to say today.
Yeah.
Horoscope.com.
Wow. It's bringing you down a notch.
It's trying to, but I won't let it.
There you go. Fight against it.
What about you, Justin? What's it saying for all the Tauruses out there?
So mine is basically telling me to shut up. I'll read a verbatim here. It says for Tauruses out there, calm down and get organized before you spread your ideas to others. There you go.
We're kind of on the same page. Like we're being told to pump our brakes a little bit.
Too many ambitions over here.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
This is especially true when it comes to love and romance. As soon as this topic comes up, you tense up and erupt inappropriately. That is, if anybody knows me, they know that that's true.
They know that's true.
And ground yourself and find your center of balance. Get one of those bracelets. Remember those?
Yeah. The placebo effect bracelet.
There you go.
You remember the baseball ones that everybody would buy?
I had a fighting necklace.
Did you? Yeah.
And I didn't play baseball.
Yeah, because it obviously did so much.
Right.
For you, right?
It was supposed to springboard me into playing baseball.
What a marketing campaign that was.
They killed it. Really.
They really did.
Everyone had one.
I wonder exactly. I didn't have one. No, I think I had one maybe.
I did. I mean, you had to have a certain level of playing it coolness to get one, to obtain one. But
yeah, exactly.
Don't worry about getting the upper hand. What you need to do is join hands. I work alone, and that's it.
I can kind of get behind the joining hands together, teamness bond.
No, I don't know.
So, Justin, I know we're right at 10:30. We're hopefully going to have Linda jump in soon.
Yes.
Talk about Christmas.
She's actually on deck. Ready to go.
She is ready to go.
Yes.
Awesome. Perfect. What great segue. Again, bringing in Linda O'Connell. She's the president for Christmas for the Kids. If you don't know about this great event, we are so happy to talk about it. Linda, thank you so much for joining us today. How are you?
I'm great. I think we're in for a little witty banter. Did I hear that?
Yeah, a little bit. We try to keep it lighthearted. We try to keep it fun here on Mornings on Main Street. Linda, you kind of spearhead. You're the president of Christmas for the Kids, as I mentioned. You have been for the last, 8 years? I think you've been with Christmas for the Kids for the past 25 years. I guess what brings you back every year to want to do this and want to be involved with this great event?
The 400 plus kids. I mean, when you see those faces and see how much fun they have, you will be back every year.
Absolutely. This event means a whole heck of a lot to our family. I know my mom has done this for the last 7 or 8 years as a chaperone. So we were super excited to have you on. one of the questions I do have for you, Linda, is, where does the funding come from for this event, and how can the public help maybe raise some funds for this cause?
The biggest fundraiser that we have is actually coming up on Monday at the Ryman, and we have a concert that is a fundraiser. The artists donate their time. So that's the biggest fundraiser that we have. We also have a bus show that takes place on the Monday night before we shop with the kids, and that will be at the Hendersonville Walmart. And you pay, I think it's $5 to get on any of those buses. We will have artists there for autographs and meet and greets. And then the easy way is to just go to our website, which is Christmas4kids.org, and donate via PayPal. Or we even have a Venmo. So any funds are appreciated. We hope to spend this year $175 for each child, and we're scheduled to take 480 children. So we're going to need a little money.
Yeah, that's it's so wonderful. I mean, this event just really warms your heart. But you mentioned the buses, having so many buses for kids to kind of explore. I guess if bus companies want to get involved, how could they do that?
They can contact me. Just go on our website, or Alicia Payne, who is on our website. We work with most all of the local bus companies, and they donate, let us use those buses. The buses will actually start coming into the Walmart lot on Sunday, which I guess would be the 10th, 12th, the 11th. So we start parking buses. We will have 30 plus there generally on Monday night that they can tour. The bus drivers also have a decorated bus contest. So the buses will be decorated for Christmas. Some of them go all out.
Yeah.
We actually vote at the bus show. Everyone that comes gets to vote on their favorite bus. And we have this wonderfully ugly, horrendous trophy that we award that the guys love, that has this horrible looking Santa on it, and they love it. So but it's lots of fun. We've had all kinds of different artists out there, everybody from Larry the Cable Guy to Chris Davidson and Kimberly Shepley. So it's generally a surprise because we don't know until kind of last minute who's actually going to be able to be there. But it's lots of fun. And the buses are phenomenal. If you've not seen them and walked through them, I promise you will be amazed.
Absolutely. That was one thing I wanted to ask you about. I guess, you kind of answered it a little bit. What kind of celebrities, I guess, are included in this thing? And is it limited to, the big name celebrities? I guess, how do you go about, getting whoever to be the kind of the celebrity of the event?
Yeah, the bus show itself, we have lots of different publicists and stuff who contact us to get artists on those buses. So there will typically be some A artists, and then some that no one's heard of that are up and comers that just want to get their name out there. Some of those may be giving away CDs, they're signing. They just need a little name recognition and to get it done. It's probably, I think it was pre-COVID, we had Chris Stapleton there. The event was supposed to end at 9, and about 8:30, he still had people lined up outside his bus. So I went in and asked him if he wanted me to cut off the line. I didn't want him to feel like that was something he had to do. And he's like, no, I'm here till they're done. And I think he and Hunter Hayes that year were there till about 11 o'clock, letting people on their bus and signing autographs. So we have a big night.
Yeah, it's a heck of a lot of fun, and I encourage you to get out and just volunteer. Speaking of which, if someone wants to be a chaperone, volunteer for a chaperone, what's some important information regarding that, and how could they get involved?
Again, they'll go to the website to sign up as a chaperone. Mm-hmm. There are 2 levels of chaperones. One level spends the day with us. I will tell you unequivocally, it's the most fun. You come about 10 o'clock. We have a meeting, give you instructions in terms of what time your bus is going to leave, introduce you to your bus driver. Then you literally get on the bus with the driver, go to the kids' elementary school, pick them up, take them to the Civic Center in Gallatin, where we have a party. We sing, we dance, we have a band, we have Santa, we feed them pizza. We then put everybody back on the buses, caravan all those buses from Gallatin to Hendersonville, where we then offload those kids and match them with chaperones. If you're on a bus, you take a child shopping. The other set of chaperones meet at Walmart about 5 o'clock, and you just take a child off that bus, take them into shop, and then get them back to the bus. So it requires much less time. You come about 5 o'clock, and you should be done by 8 o'clock, unless you get one of these shoppers that just can't make a decision. Might be there a little longer, but if you've got all day, if you can manage to get that day off, it will be worth your while to spend that day with those kids.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, I guess, what's it like? Try to paint a picture of what it's like just shopping with those kids, being with those kids, and watching them just, smile from ear to ear.
Well, I will tell you that the first thing, if you've not been around elementary school kids for a while, they will tell you anything and everything if you spend the day.
Yeah.
Know way more than you ever wanted to know by the time you're done. Over the years, we've had people who literally have fostered and adopted kids they took shopping. We've had people who have followed up with their kids and kind of made a mentor relationship out of that. We are now, this is our 40th year, so we now have chaperones that shopped with us as a child.
Wow.
The attorney that does pro bono work for us shopped with us as a child. So we've kind of come full circle at this point.
That gives me goosebumps, Linda. Just the positive impact that you're having on these communities cannot be overstated.
Yeah, I will tell you, when you have an adult tell you that they remember everything about that day, it kind of puts it in perspective. We take so much for granted, but for some of these kids, it literally is something they remember for the rest of their lives.
Linda, I am curious. You mentioned we've been doing this for 40 years, a long time, but much like everything in our life, 2020 kind of put a halt to everything. I'm curious, how the heck did you guys get through it and seem like you're coming better for it?
It was, do we call it an interesting experience? Our initial reaction when everything shut down with COVID was, there's no way we can do this year. We can't have a fundraiser. We can't put the kids together. We can't put chaperones together. So what we did was we partnered with a local nonprofit called Live Love Nashville. They do a lot of online Facebook, Instagram marketing. And we said to them, can you help us raise money so that we don't have to skip this year? They jumped on. They were wonderful. We were able to raise enough money. And what we ended up doing was we sent wish lists to the elementary schools. Instead of actually taking the children filled out wish lists for us. We had chaperones or shoppers come over. I think it was 3 days, so that we didn't have everybody there at one time. Of course, everyone was masked. So they shopped. We bagged everything, labeled them with the kid's name, the school's name, stored them in a warehouse until we could then get buses and deliver them to the schools. So it sounded to us like this should be easier because we don't have the kids and the chaperones all there at one time. I can't begin to tell you how many spreadsheets we had trying to track every gift, every bag, every school, every bus. I am very proud to say we did not lose anything.
Good.
It was pretty amazing, but we managed to get it done.
Very good. Linda, I want to ask you one more question. It kind of leads into, I would like you to plug your website one more time. But if you know a child in need, if you're a parent, guardian, and you want to get them involved in this, how could they do that?
The children are actually selected by school guidance counselors.
Okay.
Every elementary school in Sumner County and 5 elementary schools out of Wilson County. They're basically the schools that we can get to quickly that day and get the kids back in. The only instruction we give the guidance counselor is that our program is a needs-based program, and everyone has to come from the free and reduced lunch population. Beyond that, the school guidance counselor is kind of that monitor to make sure we're getting the kids that need it the most, and to also make sure we don't have kids that are double or triple dipping, getting into several programs at the same time. So they are our gatekeepers, and they do a wonderful job.
Very good. Linda, one more question before I let you go. How can people come see you? When is the event, and what can people do to come support?
Concert is actually this coming Monday night, the 21st, at the Ryman. There are still some tickets available on the Ryman website, so you can purchase tickets for that event. We will have the bus show on Monday, December the 11th. We will shop on Tuesday, December the 12th. So just go to the website. You can sign up for everything. There's information about the concert. There's information about chaperoning, what you need to know. Tells you things like wear really comfortable shoes, wear layers of clothing. We never know whether it will be 70 degrees or snow and ice. That's the other thing I will add. We're on no matter the weather. Yeah. So we have occasionally had snow or the kids were out of school. It doesn't matter. These buses are here. They're parked. They're ready to go. And these guys are not concerned about a little snow. So
very good. Well, it's a fun event. It's a great event. We love that you do it. Again, my family, it's just a lot of fun. And we really appreciate you, Linda, coming on to promote this event, to talk about Christmas for the kids and everything else. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you so much. You too.
You bet. Thank you. That was Linda O'Connell, president for Christmas for the Kids. She's done it for the last 25 years. The event has been happening for the last 40 years. If you want to get involved, and I suggest you do so, please head over to Christmas4kids.org to learn more. Justin, we're going to take a quick break, but when we do, we'll come back in with Taste of Nashville, close out the show with celebrity birthdays in this day in entertainment. Don't go anywhere. This is Mornings on Main Street on Main Street Media Television.
The high school football season is here, and nobody handles Friday nights better than Main Street Media. Here's Zach Womble with details.
That's the name of the game here at Main Street Media and Main Street Preps. Is, we've been doing this for a long time now, and I think you hit on it. We've got an army of reporters across all of Middle Tennessee. I think there's about 130 schools in the Middle Tennessee area, and we try to cover all of them. We cover about 11, 12 counties at this point. And those Friday night shows, it's we're gonna show that off. We're gonna showcase the talent that we have on the field with reporters across several mid-state games on the weekly basis. So whether you're in Williamson County, whether you're in Giles County or Murray County or Montgomery or Robertson or anywhere in between, we're gonna have you covered from 6 to 11.
Friday Night Live is presented by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, where fans don't let fans drive drunk.
A man was critically injured following a crash early Friday morning. Officers at the scene said the victim was driving a pickup truck when he lost control of the vehicle. The pickup veered left and went into a ditch. A front seat passenger was wearing a seatbelt and escaped the crash without injury. The driver was not wearing a seatbelt and was ejected from the truck. He died at the scene. Law enforcement writes tickets to save lives.
When I made the decision to host the Plaster and Friends Celebrity Bowling Night, Strike and Spare is where I turned. And what a wise decision that turned out to be. They have 5 locations in our area with family attractions. They're perfect for birthdays, groups and corporate outings, and holiday parties. For more info, it's simple. Go to strikeandspare.com.
Christmas for Kids is back at the Ryman this November 21st. Christmas for Kids provides children with shopping sprees, coats, and unforgettable experiences every year. This annual fundraising concert helps bring that experience to more kids. This year is hosted by Phil Vassar and includes Chris Young. The frontmen, which is Richie McDonald, formerly of Lone Star, Larry Stewart of Restless Heart, Tim Rushlow, formerly of Little Texas, Essex County, and a whole lot more. Christmas for Kids, November 21st. To purchase tickets, go right now to Ryman.com.
This holiday season, the largest lantern event in the country returns to Nashville Zoo. After sunset, come see more than 1,000 Chinese lanterns, All new designs including mythical beasts, a fantastical North Pole village, even a dragon soaring over your head. Welcome back to Zoo Illumination at Nashville Zoo. Bigger, brighter, and better than ever.
Hit After Hit has become the baseball store in Tennessee. They have over 1,000 different models of gloves and over 1,500 wood bats. They also have several Iron Mike pitching machines as well as a Hit Tracks machine. If they don't have it, you probably don't need it. We're proud to call Hit After Hit the official shirt provider of the Plaster and Friends Celebrity Bowling Night.
Thank you for your
I
time.
could take out all these microphones if I try to hug you now,
Yeah.
but
Well,
you know what?
I'll hug you later.
That's
again.
what we do.
All
I
That's
tell you
we
what,
do.
it does not age a minute.
No.
This is not fair.
Well, thank you for
you
saying that, but you know, and I'll accept those. But I would say it had a lot more to do with Miss Tammy than it does with me. You know? And she's here with us today. But
She's precious, and we had a long talk about how you have raised so much money for diabetes research and juvenile diabetes. And a friend of mine said that he it was you.
Oh, it was me. I'm right here.
Just happened to be
Okay.
you, right?
Anyway, yeah, you guys
Talk
met.
about the Mark Colley celebrity
Yeah.
deal, which when I first moved to Nashville, you were so kind to invite the local media. We would have come anyway, but it was kind. You put us in some cars, and I'm sitting in the driver's meeting, and I had this moment of, I can't even believe this is happening, Mark. I'm sitting in back of Paul Newman, who came at least one year, but you had the star-studded people that came to help out for that celebrity race at the fairgrounds. That was a big deal, and that meant so much for us to be part of it.
Thank you. Yeah, that was when I was diagnosed with diabetes very young, early in my life, and I always made a promise to the Lord. I said, if I could have one hit record, I'll do something with my celebrity for people with diabetes. And my manager Don Light, and a lot of other people in town came together, and he managed Richard and Petty for a time. So, and I love racing. My first songs were about racing, Hardin County Line and stuff. And I was blessed with this group of people that came together, the radio community, Jerry House, SM, and everybody. And Don called his friends over in Charlotte, and I called everybody I knew, and we began having races. And it drew the attention of a lot of people around the country and around the world, really. And we raised enough money to start the first research chair in diabetes for a cure at Vanderbilt Research Hospital.
Oh,
What a legacy. That was great. That racing was fun too. Now, I was always told you can't win the race in the first turn, but you can lose it.
Yeah.
And trust me, some of our media local guys, they'll go nameless, but they wrecked a few nice cars out there in turn one. And I'm not sure that was a great idea to have us part of that.
A lot
but
of people,
man, it was fun.
But the girls wreck more cars than anybody. It's like you don't want to cut somebody. I'm not going to name any names, but they know who they are.
Oh, go ahead.
I did not ride in that race.
No,
I was not one of the drivers in that.
But it was a blast, and I was happy to be making a lot of films, and I always worked stunts. I did my own stunts. Stan Barrett hired me to work on a Paul Newman film to do stunts, and Stan was a race car driver too, and he drove the Skull Bandit. He was the first driver on that team. He and Hal Needham. Long story, but I got to go to lunch, go to breakfast, go to work every day with Paul Newman.
Oh, wow.
And I asked, and I found out that his daughter was diabetic, and he came, and we've seen a lot of stars, and I've been around a lot of great stars, and and that room was the dinner before, the night before, was full of stars, and Miss Loretta was there. You know, Tim and Faith were just coming on to see
they were.
Brooks and Dunn. I mean, you can name, but I never saw a room stand still and hold their breath when Paul Newman walked in.
Yeah.
And came and sat down at the table. I'll tell you what was funny is that Joyce Rice, you know, she was BMI. She was organizing all the tables, and you know, it was a big deal to get all the seating right. I never saw so many stars, young people, and people in the industry go.
Little bit of technical difficulties there, but I implore you, if you want to check that out, head on over to Taste of Nashville on YouTube. I believe that was the Halloween edition of that. He was going to sing a couple songs. So if you want to see that, make sure to head over to Taste of Nashville on YouTube.
Absolutely. I forgot to say also at the beginning of this.
What's that?
It's game day.
Oh, you know what?
So
how have we not even mentioned that?
Go Titans.
We had Terry McCormick on yesterday. So if you missed any of that, go back and check that out. He gave some good knowledge on the Titans game tonight. Like he mentioned, Randy Bullock going to be out. Josh Lambo going to be kicking in Lambeau.
Yes, nice.
I think Jeffrey Simmons and Elijah Molden might have been the only two questionables on the injury report.
I saw an interview with Big Jeff in the locker room, and he mentioned that he's going to play regardless if he's hurt or not. Which, you know, I'm sure that's not actually the case, but he seems to be very determined to get in this game.
One thing to keep an eye on, and we don't have to get into this because we only got a couple more minutes, but are the Titans going to pay Jeffrey Simmons? Or
they have to, man.
Or are they just going to let him walk?
If nothing that would happen to AJ, I mean, it just can't happen again, you know?
Hopefully not, but we'll see.
Right.
All right, Justin, let's close out the show with some national holiday talk. We got celebrity birthdays, this day in entertainment. So I really feel like we need like a graphic for this or something like bah, 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 bah.
For sure. We could beatbox.
We could.
So graphic for this segment?
Yeah, like this segment, like this day in I don't know, something.
Like, bow, 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 bow,
yeah, just like a little quick like, bow, 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 you know, like I just gave you like a Blue's Clues.
Me too. That's what I was going for. You nailed it though. You nailed it.
I think it's a toddler that I have at home that, you know, she doesn't always watch Blue's Clues, but when she does, I guess it just gets stuck in my brain. All right.
She doesn't always drink, but when she does.
Yeah, exactly. All right. National holidays. So we were joking off air. We were joking off air about making that bread, but today is National Homemade Bread Day.
So go make that bread, everybody.
Whether it's the edible kind or the monetary value.
Right.
Make that bread today, people.
Either way. Need you to make some bread.
Need you to make some bread.
Okay, bring it here.
Today is National World Pancreatic Cancer Awareness Day. So our thoughts and prayers go out to all those affected by pancreatic cancer or any cancer for that matter.
Yes.
Today's also National Take a Hike Day. Justin, we were joking off the air about how we were going to get into hiking, and it looks like maybe today might be the best day to do that.
Well, I think our horoscopes and the national calendar are in cahoots trying to get us active, and I'm not appreciating it.
We don't like that.
Yeah.
We don't like that.
We're good.
And then the last one to combat the physical activities of hiking, National Butter Day.
Nice. You better believe it. Am I right?
You better believe it. And Butter is at home in the kennel right now in the crate.
Oh, your little doggy.
Yeah, my little doggy. Her birthday's coming up November 27th. She'll be 1 year old.
Nice, man. That's cool. What are you gonna get her?
Some kind of cake, like some kind of like
dog cake.
Yeah. Got to, right?
Absolutely.
Probably get her some. Obviously get her some toys.
Right.
Get her some treats. Give her all the lovins. Give her all the pets.
all the pats.
All the belly rubs.
Yes.
Tell her she's a good girl.
A good girl.
You know, I saw something one time. One of my friends on Facebook, he lets his dog celebrate by their birthday by giving them an entire Papa John's pizza.
My buddy does that. My buddy has a dog named Thor, and he loves pizza, and he doesn't beg, so he's like a good, he's like a good boy.
Good boy.
But and he's trained, but he if you even hint towards you're gonna give him some, he just gets so hyped.
Yeah.
So he gets a whole pizza for the B-Day.
And my buddy's dog's 14, so maybe maybe that's
secret to long life.
Secret to long life. Justin, we're running through it. We got about 4 minutes left, so we're gonna rapid fire this.
Let's do it.
You want to do birthdays or entertainment first?
Let's do entertainment.
Okay, we got some good ones. All of these are movies. Okay. So these movies were released on this date in history. This movie, animated. I believe it's now live action, like all of Disney movies are turning into, but it's a movie based in the ocean, and it was released in 1989.
Little Mermaid.
The Little Mermaid. That's right.
That's a classic, and shout out to mermaids.
Shout out to mermaids.
Right.
A hero movie. I can't give you this hint because it would completely give it away.
Okay.
But it's a hero movie. Was released in 2017.
Okay.
A hero movie based on comic book characters.
Oh, Avengers?
Justice League.
Justice
League.
Not as good as Avengers.
This movie, animated as well, made by Disney, about penguins, released in 2006.
March of the Penguins.
Happy Feet.
I do love that movie.
You
It's
were
such a good
very
movie.
confident in that
I
answer,
was.
though.
My sister was obsessed with penguins when she's older. She's 3 years older, and we went to everything penguin related. So I'm knowing that and having experienced that, I should have taken that into consideration and not just blurted out March of the Penguins, because there's been many.
It's okay. Last two, same genre, same category, really same character, if you will. This was a James Bond movie released in 2006.
Skyfall. No. I really don't know a lot of James Bond movies.
Casino Royale.
Oh, yeah, the one before.
And then this one's going to be easy. I can't give you this hit because it would completely give it away. But also a James Bond movie released in 1995, one of the originals. Think about it. 1995, James Bond.
It's a good year. That's when I was born. Let's go.
Think about it.
Man, I just, the names are slipping my mind. 007 is his name, is his number.
I'll give you a hint.
A Night in Paris.
I'll give you a hint. Video game was made after it.
I know, and I loved it. It was on the PS2. I loved that game. GoldenEye.
Yep, GoldenEye. There you go.
Where you can be the tank or you can drive around the little thing. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
Love
that was
game.
one of the OGs.
Yes.
Celebrity birthdays. Okay, let's run right down the list. Actor Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito today is 61.
77.
Wow, he looks good. I don't know.
Rachel McAdams, actress. From The Notebook.
She's very pretty either way. But did you notice she's gorgeous in movies that she plays in older, in old times?
Yeah, sure.
Like those, you know,
Vintage.
There you go. She is, she's probably 33.
43.
I'm glad I went under.
Director Martin Scorsese.
He is 58.
79.
I'm doing really bad today, Zach.
You are.
No sugarcoating.
Reggie Wayne, former Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, he beat our A every time we played him. We as in the Titans. Let's go 41.
44. And then Titans standout, Kyle Vanden Bosch.
Oh, with the white contacts.
Yeah.
Scary guy. Man, he's probably 46.
44.
Got him right. Go Titans, baby.
Ended it on a good note. All right, Justin, that will do it for this terrific Thirsty Thursday here on Mornings on Main Street.
Go take a hike, everybody.
Yeah, approaching the 11 o'clock hour. I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day. Hope you have a great day. Smile. Yeah. Pay it forward. If you got an opportunity to be nice to somebody, do that.
Yes, let them in traffic.
Exactly. Let them merge. That will do it for today's episode of Mornings on Main Street. I will be right back tomorrow. My final day guest hosting this week. He's Justin Kulik. I'm Zach Womble. We'll see you tomorrow.